Beloved brothers and sisters, there's a story about two friends who love to swim in the ocean. And they go into the ocean every day. Most of the time, they just deal with what's on the surface. Sometimes the waves are choppy, sometimes they're flat. Sometimes there are storms, sometimes there's calm. It's always interesting. And one of the friends one day says to the other, I've had an experience. I went all the way to the bottom of the ocean. It's very different down there. It's actually beautiful. And it's quiet. And it's serene. And it moved me. And the other friend said, well, I'm not going to do that. I don't want to go all the way down there. There's so much happening here. But his friend said, you really ought to try this. It's amazing how different things are down there. So one day, the other friend said, I'm going to try this. So he held his breath. And he went all the way to the bottom of the ocean. But a strange thing happened. When he got to the floor of the ocean, his flippers, his fins that he was wearing, hit the bottom floor of the ocean where the sand is, and they went thwack. And it brought up a big cloud of sand and dust. And he looked around, and it was just kind of a blurry mess of sand swirling around. He didn't see anything that seemed that impressive. And he said, well, this is a waste. I'm out of here. And he quickly flexed his knees and sprang up and came to the surface. And he talked with his friend, and he said, that wasn't so great. I went down there. It was just a swirling mess of sand. And his friend said, you need to wait. That happened because you hit the bottom with your flippers. Just wait. Go down there, hold your breath, and wait. So the other one said, okay. Took a deep breath, went down to the bottom, and that same thing happened. But this time, he waited for the sand to settle. And when it did, he was rewarded with an experience that he had never had before. Everything was still. Everything was beautiful. Everything felt timeless. All the activity on the surface of the ocean wasn't happening down there, but other things were. But it was subtle, and it was beautiful, and it moved him and changed him. And when he could hold his breath no longer, he came back to the surface. But he brought some of that experience with him into his experience of the surface. And he wanted to go back down again. We've been emphasizing the importance of meditation as a routine. And it's quite like that. If you let yourself be still, really still, and if you wait, yes, your thoughts will be talking to you at first, but if you wait for the dust to settle, wait for the sand to settle down, you'll be rewarded with a beautiful experience of peace. And the fascination with what happens in the stillness. And the point is not to stay in meditation all the time, but to bring that experience with you back to the surface so that you are more observant, less reactive, more appreciative, less concerned, more curious, less judgmental, more willing to allow what you see, and less likely to impose your will upon what is. Let yourself become familiar with that stillness and bring that stillness and lack of reactivity to the surface of your awareness. You are that peace. You are that love. You are that quality of acceptance. And when you bring that to the surface in all of your interactions and in all of your relationships, it does something good for you and for everyone else. Let yourself be still. If you feel an urgency to act, an urgency to respond, be a little suspicious of that. There is no hurry. There is no urgency, in truth. Bring the wisdom from the depth of your soul to the surface of your experience again and again. And if you feel that you're being pushed in a certain direction, take a deep breath. And let yourself choose peace. We are here to help you with this. I love you very much, and I'll speak with you again soon.